spectacular boom came to a crushing halt. Banks went bust, credit dried up. The Midlands had to deal with it. There are bright new shops on the high street at Heanor, but other retail outlets have gone, a consequence of the borrow and spend era that came to an end in the credit crunch.
Well, here we have a typical small town in Derbyshire with a typical high street, and it's been under tremendous pressure over the last few years. People have less money in their pockets to spend. People don't want to go out and borrow money to put in through shops like this, and so therefore you have got to do something else with this town centre, regenerate it, perhaps reduce the number of shops, bring new uses in as well.
2 more shops have closed this week, including a fruit and veg store where the landlord put up the rent. Emma Derbyshire keeps going despite the refusal for her shop for credit.
We contacted my bank that I banked with personally, and they wouldn't even entertain the idea. So we secondly went towards another one of the larger banks that apparently backs businesses. We managed to turn it around and get into the franchise a different way.
Emma is part of a Heanor that's fighting back.
We've got the Traders Association taking on the running of the market, which is on the brink in the next couple of weeks. We've got the Love Heanor campaign and the community fair, which happens the first Saturday of every month. We just need to keep going and keep ploughing. The town team are working, so it's a good momentum that we've got.
Down the road at the industrial estate, businesses challenged by the credit crunch are pulling through. BPI Recycling lost customers in the building trade. It had to let some senior management staff go. But there's still a 24/7 multi-million-pound operation.
We've had to take, in all of our business, some pretty hard decisions. You've got to do this to survive. But by having taken those decisions and by having had the resource to invest in new equipment and new product development, we've come through it relatively unscathed.
Nearby, Cullum's Detuners Limited, a key player in the oil and gas industry. Another major customer is Derby-based Rolls-Royce. They've had some tough times. A turnover of 40 million in 2010 dropped to 25 million in 2011. But now they're on the up.
Our customers are now in the States, in Europe, in China. We've fundamentally looked at how we can expand our customer base, gone after new customers, brought new products and new services onto the market going forwards. So the initiatives, the focus on the various initiatives that we've brought in would not have been there without the credit crunch.
But in a flatlining economy with a forecast of zero growth, where does the Midlands go from here?
What are you looking to get out of the programme most of all?
We're new to the start-up game.
Here in Birmingham, Mark Hales is the captain of Oxygen Accelerator. He has funded the programme himself. A 13-week course of mentoring, seeking out the next generation of entrepreneurs.
What changes will that? I'm 42 at the moment. I'm getting older. My kids are growing up in the local area. I want to make sure that there's a thriving community in Birmingham for those children when they grow up. And actually we solve the problems of the nation by building good businesses, generating revenue, paying taxes.
James Tabor benefited from the scheme last year. He's setting up a web-based children's clothing exchange. Parents like Helen here in Walsall bag up items and exchange for £15. The company takes a cut.
It takes off. Our dream is to go from just a swapping service to a huge brand that helps people who are interested in saving money clothing their children in a variety of different ways. We want to move equipment, toys, games, buggies. We want to become a real go-to brand for conscientious parents.
Ambitions riding high in the Midlands, hoping that after 5 years the crunch will begin to crumble. Alison MacKenzie, Central Tonight.